things are looking good on this end. Looking good here. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? We're back again with some more Disco Elysium. I know I missed yesterday's playthrough, so we're doing it today. Doing it live. But yeah, let's go to the boardwalk. Because that's where we're gonna find the lady we're looking for, I believe. It's been a while. Their map. You can at least travel there now. Any of these things... I do want to do that. Church door I don't have to do anymore, so I don't know why it's still there. Egghead, interface ungodly, cell, reaction piece, legendary, smoker on the balcony, composure legendary, medicine cabinet, electrochemistry medium. Alright. Not really more I can do, so we're gonna do what we can. Do have a lot of money, for what it's worth at this point. Let's check the traps. Never know.
The trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on their backs with their legs twitching. Still, no phasmid.
Good to know. I'll check the other ones as I look for the suspect. I forget her name. Ruby? Was the door always like that here? Regardless, no one here now. Let's go, Kim. Let's zoom out. Did something pop up for a minute? I guess not. Okay. These guys. Let me ask if they've seen her. They might've. Okay, I gotta go around. Can't cut through there for some reason. Or I could just ask them, I guess, too.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Actually, they're quite nice and help me sleep for the 2 hours of actual sleep I get from my racing mind. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Oh.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
Like when that man locked himself in the woodshed, we just need to help her come out. This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation. You know something. You know something, we're here to help. Let's try that. I don't think she's really afraid of the Union either, though. Come on. I'm legit here to help. I just want to solve this murder.
That you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon.
I see. You know something, but you decide not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the board
Hollow
aside.
space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though.
Search through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol, for example.
This bullet isn't for a breech loader like the murder weapon?
The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops.
Great. I don't want to fight anyone if I can help it.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboard of your shack?
Damn that girl.
Ah,
Bullet? You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
you rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
That's for the police to find out. Right there. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
You said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the Lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Kim, she must have heard your Kanema.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No,
The truth, sire.
What is she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last day?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
I am.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
This is a cool moment. It needs a cool thing to be said.
I'm not saying that. Further up the coast we go
Are
then.
you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater. Seems like a better idea to me.
I know.
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
Ah, this is when we're gonna be... Okay.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Again, as long as we find out who caused the murder and everything, I'm not interested in hurting other people. We're good cop, darn it. We're sorry cop, more specifically. Alright. Feld electrical mural. As
You
our
see
empire told
a
us.
once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. Feld Electrical. You only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Not the church tower. What's his
Why
name would see
single
it.
out this one building?
Found the empty trap. Heard Lena's true story. Reconstructed execution. Confronted the Bigs. Established the nightclub. Discovered the anomaly. Found the jacket. Listen to the wind.
Suddenly,
You
all is
gotta be
quiet.
kidding me.
There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. You only hear distant waves washing the coast.
Wow, unlucky as
The
heck.
room in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do
Trying
here?
to talk to the wind. The city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And
Oh,
now
I was
you're just
one
standing
away.
with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas?
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
Dory. I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if that fails, and if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
I refuse. Where's the frickin' shivers at? I have 3 skill points. I'll put one into shivers. We're doing this. I feel like I'm running out of time. Also, shivers equipment. I should have immediately done this instead of just trying it. And just expecting it to work with a 93%. My gosh, that's some frickin'... That's some Fire Emblem stuff right there, you know? Hate that. Boom. More shivers. Anything shivers, I'm making sure we frickin' have 100%. So only like a frickin' Snake Eyes is gonna have us fail.
The once bright mural.
97.
Saying, "Felled electrical.
Don't care, let's do it.
Suddenly,
Oh my
there's a
gosh.
sign carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What is happening?
She's down there.
I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
We've looked everywhere else.
Right. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
I think we have to climb up.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we climb it, enter through the roof.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe.
Physical
Brute
instrument.
force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
I guess I'm breaking that if the ladder fails, but for now, what do I need?
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Assess the
The
situation.
distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground, and you're 180?
180 seems about right.
Not to mention that the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to do something more subtle?
What are you thinking?
What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
Come on, Kim. Where's your adventurous spirit?
This really has nothing to do with adventure. We are dealing with basic physics here.
Won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
Okay. I'm not ready to do this yet. I'm gonna get better, better stuff for that. Yes, we need those. Don't need that. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. I might not have anything else there. Anything that's gonna take it away? Not really. So okay. I only really have the glasses to help with that? Huh.
The rusty ladder leads to the
97, like before. I saw Tiago climbing. That's true, I did see him climbing.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
Do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
I hope he's not doing this with his eyes
Oh my god, I
closed.
can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
Don't gloat. Just stand there like a Samaran master.
You know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed.
Thank you, Kim.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear,
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring with a backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Yes, Kim. Central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. And finally I get to go to this staircase I've been seeing every time I pass by here. Heck yeah. Adventure awaits. Why are you swinging your... Oh, stones fall. It's a long way down. Oh. Well. I hope I don't need my gun. I really don't want to use it. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Postcard Martinez 98. Doesn't seem to be anything else. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One could barely squeeze by. Oh. Oh, sorry. I thought that was something else. Never mind. Go back down, please. What about here? Antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe? This overturned table is covered in orange mildew. Crawling with something. Ugh. Old file folders in the cart. Documents silvery with mold. Probably not healthy. Series of thick, dusty panes of glass.
this isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
These are computer components?
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass. Slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How'd they do that? And why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know.
Thanks, interfacing.
The why is easy.
Oh, thank you,
because they
Encyclopedia.
haven't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
How'd they do that and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For
Oh,
vitreous
it just-
cast filament
okay.
memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
Finish thought. Ooh. New clothing. Enter something. What was that? Enter isolary suit jacket. Suggestion +1. Dress for the occasion. A muted brown suit jacket. Perfect for a day at the office or an evening at the cafe. The red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. Aw. What's the item? Oh, the Martinez postcard. Okay. Alright. Oh. Hey, Kim. Come on in.
Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Who's there?
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get the door open.
Push the door open.
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the two metal panels slide open with a creak.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
How do you even get there?
After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before.
At least we now know a quick way in and out.
Yes, we have an exit, so let's get going. Time to investigate these passages.
Yeah. Let's investigate passages. Alright. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Ho ho. Stale fabric, smell, and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. Alright, so she hasn't hid out here. Oh, new revolutionary's hat. What does it give us? The Mazovian socioeconomics, friendly neighborhood communard. It does do
This
a
hat
thing.
is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory.
It's a Ushanka, right? Pat the hat.
Kraz Mazov would have worn this Yushenka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist.
Ah. But it's warm. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. The plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Dust. Brush the dust off the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
It's Krasmazov. What a troublemaker he was.
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
Long time ago. How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
What's with all these secret weapon caches and secret bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Could it be connected to the Mazov bust we found in the students' room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Up there? Same slit window you saw from the outside. Crud, how do I get out of here? Like that, okay. Boot prints in the sand. One of the soles appears more worn than the other. Bingo. Oh, there's something in the air. An unnatural buzzing. The don't collapse. You'll have to find another way around. That's fine. It's getting louder. The buzzing sound.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No, what do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there. and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Hold on, you really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinaise. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize.
Fun.
Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
We found out Everett's plan to take the harbor. Maybe we should tell Joyce about it?
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's dangerous, but...
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Oh shoot. Alright. I guess, yeah, I should... Yeah. I've got 2 bullets.
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm.
I think my hand recognizes it.
It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. But this is your gun. It's more of a symbol than anything else, because there is always a rational, sensible, reasonable solution to every situation. Sheathe it and know you have the moral high ground.
Damn. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Well, just in case. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, and I haven't been having... You know what? I have plenty of money. I don't need to worry about cans and bottles now. Not at this point. Money! More money! A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. I will make sure, since it looks like we might get into something more hand-eye coordination, maybe. In case I need to. I'd rather hit the thing I'm aiming at than miss and weird stuff happen. I don't really have much for hand-eye coordination either. Oh gosh. Alright, boom. Look, we have
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise filling your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
Don't cover them!
That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Yell through the static. You're under arrest!
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
Are you gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the ULAN frequency, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
I saw your equations. It's the ULAN frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose.
How did you get your hands on this
I
thing?
built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Okay. Have you have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Please, can you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Yeah, no, I'll skip it.
Dentist.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Why hide the bullet, though?
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Did you shoot Laylee?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. She was the first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Your first guess wasn't entirely off.
Titus and his boys, man. They told us you were on the coast.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like...
A dour despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Would you say that Laylee was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work. Did you feel protective of the Union?
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like wild pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate it, okay?
I have some other questions.
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Laylee was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. Was it 10 or 15? I've forgotten already now. It wasn't half an hour. Long leak, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
Our investigation, whence from the pain, has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
Never mind the pinball vent. There's a secret way from the whirling bar to the roof.
Don't know it, but also...
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
Yeah. You have a gun.
And?
Where did you get it?
The gun store.
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
Really? Trigger?
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
I can't quite tell what kind of gun it is.
A Nachtway 80 front loader. Two-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles?
No, they're not practical. Break too often.
There's other evidence I want to ask you about.
Yeah. Evidence.
You like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Did you leave any flowers for Khaleesi on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
These weren't just flowers. They symbols of revolution.
So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
Khaleesi was mourning.
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too.
Okay, so you didn't leave Maybells.
No, I did not.
You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her.
No, he didn't. I found my own way in.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
You had a financial incentive to kill the merc.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
But you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of you.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
Who killed the merc, if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasha comes in, all
Klaas.
pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Wait, did she also seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
This woman has seen people OD. Glacia wasn't quite there yet, so why worry?
Classy said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
How did you manage to come up with a plan so quickly?
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
That's bad. That she'd be so calm.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Laylee herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Her grip on the gun is tight, her arms toned, her posture solid. Martinez lost a valuable defender.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop, that strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Tell me what's my name? If you know that about me, you must know my name.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with a disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you. I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
No, that was a real question.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
A man in a white suit walks through a garden coaxed from soil that had once been covered in asphalt. A city block closed off from the rest of the city by dark buildings. Rows and rows of poppies, most of which have lost their pink bloom, flank his steps. The man looks around, then up at the sky, sighs. Taking out a knife, he crouches at the end of one flower bed. He scores a seapod, very gently. Milky sap begins to ooze out. The pain comes over you again.
What did you do to this Madre anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? Now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
Wait, one thing, possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
When I came into the town, was there anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
Who is in this squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally.
No, that doesn't ring any bells.
Well, this has been a great talk, really.
She means it. You better make your move soon.
You know anything about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
The communist hideout back there.
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Oh, oh.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
Go! Oh, did I fail? Did I fail?
The violent white...
Oh my god! Double failure. What the frick? Hold still and try to have an apocalyptic vision.
Officer, are you okay?
Don't worry, Kim. I'm just trying to have an apocalyptic vision.
The pain intensifies as your hands attempt to reach out into the pale chaos.
What are you doing? I told you it's best not to move.
Just trying not to collapse.
Look, I know this isn't very fun for you, so let's wrap this up. You have a tribunal to attend.
She knows about the tribunal.
Do you know something about the tribunal the mercenaries are planning?
Tribunal is an awfully fancy word for what they're going to do. But yeah, I was listening to their frequency. They've finished their investigation. Now they're gonna put on a show before meting out punishment. Even though those assholes gave me up, I'm worried for the boys. And you. Watch out for yourselves. You seem to have a habit of walking into traps.
They're planning to set up a trap for us?
I'm guessing you don't know that a third mercenary has come to town just in time for the tribunal. Now you do.
If one hornet can kill 40 honeybees in a minute, then 3 hornets should be able to kill 120 honeybees in a minute, or more, since they'll also be covering one another.
A third. Oh, this is bad.
As I said, watch out.
The pain is becoming unbearable now.
Yeah, I can't take any more. Just go.
Glad to have been of assistance. Best of luck to you, officers. Revishal's a bitch.
The woman runs past you and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
All things considered, it could have gone worse.
What now?
Now we have to come up with a really good excuse for why we walked right into a trap like that. This isn't going to look good in the report. Her tent. Maybe there's something in there.
Oh, that's nice. Cooking essentials. Prepare yourself porridge with bananas. Money.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
Look inside.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes.
Shine your flashlight on the books.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Shift through the magazines.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
A notebook.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Examine the cover.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name. Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously.
Unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Study the handwriting.
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Flip through the pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
What kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them.
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Laylee died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense?
Anything about La puta madre.
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
Read the entry.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call? Did M call her personally? Why?
Read the entry from March 12th.
Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me, did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
What's the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
It looks like she might have been framed.
Kim, am I really a little puta madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting.
If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does. Especially if she has problems with the Madre.
Then who do you think killed the merc?
Could have been Titus. Then again,
No one heard the shot.
maybe there's a hardy boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. Let's be careful though. The tip she gave us about the tribunal was disturbing.
Can I fast travel from here or no? No. Well, that sucked. Man. Can't believe that happened like that. Alright, I do want to change what I'm holding, though. Let's...
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. What you have isn't enough. You'll need more firepower. A ranged weapon. Your Kvalzun KR2 multi-tool looks impressive, shining in the cold spring light. But what can it do against military-grade weaponry?
What am I supposed to do?
Be prepared. Make sure you have your pepper box in your hand. Your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pocket.
I'm not sure I'm ready for what lies ahead.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens, I've got your back.
And I just... don't wait for you.
A lot of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning. Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right? Shut up. You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the scab leader. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him.
He's dangerous.
Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Corty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
Peaceful.
Where the frick? Oh. Oh, I thought that was a statue.
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, she was right. That must be the third mercenary.
This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
The big one is the damn scab leader.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
We're out of time. This is...
The Mercenary Tribunal.
What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
Stop. This is the police.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Pig fuck!
Say nothing. Cross your arms.
You're probably gonna get killed too. I think I'm gonna kill you. I didn't think I had it in me to kill a cop.
To your left, you hear the lieutenant cock his gun.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels comforting and warm in your hand. Feels like it's saying, do it. Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before he shoots you. No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Just soften him up first. Present an argument. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please.
You brought back up from out of town.
Oh yeah, that's Rude. Rude, the killer, Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
All of you cunts inside out.
What was that, Rude?
Rip you open.
Perhaps it's for the best. Him not talking too much.
The killer?
The gunner, the raddest, the killer. What do you think he does?
He kills?
Smart loincloth. He fucks natives up. Soldier of the apocalypse style.
Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did then?
It was someone else. Someone who's not here now.
How fucking convenient.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
He was shot from a great distance. A sniper did it.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now? Huh? How about the kid? Tell me. It's a magic fucking sniper. One more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide who...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her.
Think. Why doesn't he believe me?
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud. In a public place.
Listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me.
You're lying. DePaul heard it.
A Kiel Model 40 revolver. 8 rounds in the barrel. The gun slowly sways in his hand.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
When they confessed, they were lying.
Fucking liars.
The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window behind her.
Gosh.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night.
That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
The Wild Pines rep does not approve of this.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
Wild Pines is not going to forgive you massacring a bunch of innocent people.
The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes, a bull ready to charge. He's not listening, but looking for an opening. Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at your hands. Do something else. Get him distracted.
We're working together. She knew you're out of control. She told me.
She's gone, you stupid fuck. Sailed off 5 minutes ago. She doesn't give a shit about you, Silos. Stay cool! Don't do anything stupid! The company bitch is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck are we still doing in this shithole?
Guys, I just get in the way. I don't even have a gun.
Shanky, shush.
Hold your ground. Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself. We're doing this together.
They're afraid, all of them. Trembling reeds in the wind. They'll run, scatter soon, one by one.
Where is Classy? She can explain this.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left.
Gar, what the hell are you doing here?
What am I doing? My fucking establishment is under fire. You know how much windows cost?
What do you mean she left?
She She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
We should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
You're all drunk. Look at yourselves.
Yes. So what?
Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this.
Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking government-ordained super soldier.
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come here to fucking chat!
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal.
72%. Think of an argument. Come on.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenner would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
This is an illegal tribunal. Crandall would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. Oh man, I only get one chance. One argument. Who's in charge? I don't know. He said he was gonna shoot her, so I feel like he's the one that's in charge. Oh, man. I don't know. This third option has been given to me, and now I don't know, because it seems like it's telling me I have these two to choose from, because it's explaining that, here we go, this is an illegal tribunal. Crandall would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Two of those are in the same one. Crandall would not give you the right to conduct this. Who's in charge of the union, of the unit? And you were called down once. What happened? Let's try this one. You were called down once. What happened?
What always happens when you get good at your job? That name meant night raids. Fucking extrajudicial funky time. Burn villages. Shit that sounds bad on the radio. The same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck it was. Probably won't be called Crenell for much longer. Not after this shit.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something. Now fire. Fuck them up. Do it. The muscles on your back tense up.
Oh. Talk about the hangman. We can attempt it. It's low, but We know his name. He was fostered, had blue eyes. We do know some about him. And that's just a 50 chance. Let's try.
Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Who are you, Cordy?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click. Softly, click, click, click. The realization comes to you, like a picture puzzle coming together. His name is Raoul Cortiner. The dead man's name is Elise Cortiner. He's brothers with the deceased. No, probably foster brothers. Elise was put into a foster home, remember?
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you're all sentenced to death by lead.
Cortinier, I know that name.
He sways from left to right, inspecting you.
Raul and Elise Cortinier. I'm sorry about your brother, Raul.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same sick fuck.
Beaten by a foster parent or someone on the farm.
And then went to the same military academy, in the same unit, in the same war.
Same fucking mud hut town, too.
Okay, good.
Listen, you're Laylee. He had blue eyes, didn't he, your brother?
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths.
Listen, you're Laylee. Everyone says good things about him. He was a talker.
Fuck do you mean, talker?
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic. Nice guy to be around.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kit tass here and there. Great fucking idea that turned out to be. If Laylee was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big fan of public affairs, Clay Monkey. I'll gun every one of you down for what you did.
Ready to open fire, Major. At your command.
This one isn't used to being suited this long. She's uncomfortable. We'll open fire just to hurry things along.
His parents left him in a leaf compactor.
Ooh, Laylee.
Yeah, when he was small. Just an infant.
We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records. That was in there. And other things.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor. And now these cunts finished the job.
There's real anguish in his voice. A drunken sadness suddenly engulfs him. Memories.
It's a mindfuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to fuck with us. Major, permission to.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
Your brother did not deserve to go out like that. I promise I will find his killer.
Find his killer. Cop. His killer stands right there. Shitting his pants. And you're standing in the way, protecting them. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
I don't want to shoot him. Oh, well, I healed. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, shoot. I don't want to shoot him. This is a sucky situation. Can we get away with nothing bad happening, or should I take the shot? Alright, I'm gonna try to take the shot. I can't look. I'm not gonna look. Bing!
A small explosion expels the bullet from the chamber. With a puff of smoke, it hits the man square in the chest, producing a soft clicking sound in the armor.
Oh god. I failed. I failed.
Like dice rolling. The kinetic energy of the 9mm front-loaded bullet is distributed evenly across the chest piece and into his hands.
Really?
Go ahead. Give it another try.
I already missed once. I'm even now.
This time feels different. You aim high, as if pulled by a magnet. Your hand goes numb from the explosion, and a plume of smoke erupts from the gun.
Look at him.
There is a hole in his cheek. He's not smiling anymore. He stumbles backward, eyes filled with disbelief, gurgling. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly.
Reaction speed. Dodge the shot.
The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force.
Ooh.
A volcano of burning pain erupts from your left shoulder. The pain flows over your entire body like an awful shock. A grim knowing rises from within. Half of your body must be gone.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. Then, 2 shots ring and you hear a scream. But you're too hurt to see who got hit.
Who screamed?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then he squeezes the trigger.
Look him in the eye.
The look of vengeance, framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing he'll do on Earth. But he will do it. He is your end. Here it comes. Death.
Evade the shot! I'm dude. Dang.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
Listen through the darkness and the pain.
The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby gunfire shatters glass.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Touch your lower body.
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your consciousness takes everything you got.
What parts of me are missing?
Most of what's down there.
Oh gosh.
It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening.
What do I see?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
The white shadow that smells like apricots. It's always there.
Stay with me.
I can't forget it, even when I drink so much.
Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him, a slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. Scream immediately. He's gonna die.
Try!
No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody lips, your eyes
Ugh.
full of fear. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
Fall into total darkness.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
No, let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his bone sleep.
He can't go. Not before the case is solved. There was a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. Playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Caprice Kinema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
Dang.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
I'm alive.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
How bad am I hurt?
Pretty bad, officer. You've suffered 2 wounds. The first is below your shoulder. The bullet passed through your shoulder blade, luckily missing your lung and heart. The second shot hit you in the thigh, the left quadriceps. No major arteries were nicked, but the bullet had to be removed. Bacterial infection was treated with mercurochrome.
Can I walk?
We will see.
You won't be able to dance much, that's for sure. You should be able to live with limping around, though.
Anyone from my station been to see me? Nah. Are you hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me.
Has anyone from my station been to see me?
No.
Really?
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
Odd. You haven't seen any, have you?
I'm sure they're worried about you.
If not my station, then who treated me?
I did.
Thank you.
No need.
Okay.
Easy now.
Your balance is way off. You feel like you're about to fall over on that thing.
How are you?
My disco days are done. I feel fantastic. Let's rock.
He nods.
Ouch.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
Oh, good.
Dramamine. Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under the counter bad.
The room, it's clean.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day.
How long have I been out?
2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water.
What did you say? Sunrise?
Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Isn't that written on your...
My gun, it's engraved on it.
It served you well.
Is it war today?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Good.
Yes, we have also completely failed. But that's okay.
What happened?
What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued.
Is he dead?
Yes. As retaliation, the rifleman shot you. He hit. With his carabine. I was looking for a clear line of sight. When I found it...
He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit.
I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name.
Eugene?
Yes. He's still alive too.
Not.
You were bleeding out by then. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, the pool, before she got a jump on me. I killed her. And that's what happened.
How many casualties on the Union side total?
3. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Theo, he was just too old for combat.
Thought you only smoked one a day.
This is the one.
And they're dead, the rest of the mercenaries?
Evrard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. Company is yet to retaliate.
Why?
Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did. Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target. Or maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know.
And that's...
All.
It's a total shit show, Kim.
Yes, officer. 7 people are dead. It's not a success.
7 people are dead? Says 6 on there, but...
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those 2 armies. His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purposes.
What happens now, Kim?
I honestly don't know.
But I don't know either.
We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
Joyce is gone.
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines. Or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hangman?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
This has become the La Puta Madre's peon, isn't it?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case.
That does make some sense.
The fucking Maybells. Kim the Flowers.
What?
This one, remember?
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything.
He's wrong.
No, Kim, every piece of garbage in the city is connected to the case.
Okay.
What about the hole in the wall? Someone was checking her out.
I don't know. That's been there for years.
The goddamn footprints.
Yes. God curse the footprints. Not solving the case for us. Au diable.
There's still a 28% probability the shot came from a distance.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else?
An antique bullet from a Belle McGrave 4.46 millimeter. How hard can it be to find one? How hard can it be?
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless.
There are all these old bunkers and weapon caches. Revolutionary era.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
The miracle hasn't happened yet. It's not over yet.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window, then back at you. It's morning outside. You think.
You know what I think about solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is super easy. Solving crimes is hard. Solving crimes is almost impossible. Solving crime is hard.
It really is very hard.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
You're not ready to give up, are you?
No. Are you ready to limp?
I'm ready.
Where do you want to limp to?
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminium box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar code, a red thread on the roof upstairs. Taut, plucked like a string by the gust.
We should check out Khaleesi's room upstairs.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
The fan stands still.
Door's up and we can walk into Kim's room. Oh.
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out notes on this and other recent cases.
I had guard open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer.
It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. Let's go?
Ouch, that leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. I'll have to open the door. That would probably help. Actually, I need to go up, not down here.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift?
Seems she left in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
What could this gift
I
be?
am not drawing my gun. Yet. But I don't like gifts.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies the note. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay?
Leave.
The medicine capiti.
Kind of hoping the gift would be
I
in here.
always took you for more of a drunk than a chemical abuser, Lieutenant Hefreiter. Should we go?
She's really cleaning this out.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing.
Red thread made of nylon. It leads out of the room and onto the roof. Thread is tied to the antenna.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
Where does the thread lead?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B triple prime, the island in the bay.
How did she know how to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof, staring at the glass.
That's true.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
I just don't know.
Indeed. Neither do I.
Is she trying to tell us the shot came from the islet?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
This is also one of the few places, Martinez, we haven't been to.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
You seem unenthusiastic.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything.
Maybe we need to go to the island.
The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez, looking under every rock and talking to every person. But what else is there?
What else is there?
Not a lot, no.
Kim, let's go to the effing island.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Lillian, the net picker, she's tiring her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Leave. Actually, I'm gonna go through the pinball room. Maybe there's something else I'll notice going through there. Boy, that was fun. I wonder if I might play this again in my own time and just see if we can maybe get through that without killing people.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did, thank you. Big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway, I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that.
Fair. Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there on the balcony.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
Just nod stoically.
He nods back at you, even more stoically. Just two badass men nodding stoically. Make that three. The lieutenant is nodding too, hands crossed.
Alright, thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Bye.
Hi again, Gendarme. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
All about the money. Oh, Hardy boys are not great right now.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
His hand is covered in bruises and half plastered. Still, This hulking lump of man is glad to be alive.
Shake his hand, nod in silence.
How can I help you?
I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. An honest tactic, and effective.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do you do? This job is shit.
Oh, what happened to that Shanky fella?
Dennis, you saw him run. He's a mean little shit and I never trusted him. He'd better run real fast now. Real fast.
Titus makes no attempt to hide his disgust. Grief-stricken anger boils in him.
They were good people. I'm sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
What does that mean?
It means you might die tomorrow. So live every day like it's your last. Ain't that right, fellas?
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Or you might die of a heart failure. Or syphilis.
Hey, fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys now?
First, we're gonna find Dennis.
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
The tone of the statement is so matter-of-fact. It's as though he were talking about picking up a morning newspaper on his daily walk around the block.
Your guy's your responsibility. Do what you feel is right.
The lieutenant shakes his head, but doesn't say anything.
What are we gonna do, Kim?
We're hunting that rat down. Let it be known what happens to cowards. And then, I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
He's right. The numbers are replaceable. In an organization of thousands of men, there are plenty who'd join.
You know what happened to Classy?
Don't know. Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Titus, after all we've been through, level with me. You really liked her, didn't you?
Nope.
He did.
Same here, man.
He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
I like birds.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
So long, fellas. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You too look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo Loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back. I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, Copper.
Oh gosh. Oh. What the heck?
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skun.
Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
I smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
What are you trying to imply, Fingers?
You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy and throw it in there. You know, just to see what happens. See if it's flammable. It's better that way. Safer.
Leave.
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. Guess that was cool.
Who's saying that?
People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment, that you let your shit out already, but then came back. So I guess that's what's cool now. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now, Kuno's gonna treat you different. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
Feels good for some reason.
Watch
Okay,
out,
I'm off.
It's a dangerous world out there, but Kuno's got his eyes on you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Who knows?
Okay.
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where's Renee?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
Gone? Gone where?
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute Kent.
What? Was he killed during the mercenary tribunal?
Oh, he would have liked that. Violent lives ending violently. That's how he wanted to go. Sadly, it was not the case.
How did he die exactly?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Yes, he was about to head home, cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, cause he's gonna be buried without it.
Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there?
No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
He has doubts, but right now, he just wants to move on and not think about it.
Was he really that bad?
I repeat, an absolute Kent. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Did you love him?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that... Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Tell me.
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
Here's something to remember your friends by.
Let me see. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young René looked so happy, and Jenny... I'm sorry, officer. I just... Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me.
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know René had the photo.
I offer my sincere condolences.
Yes. We are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
Too bad René's gone. I was hoping to ask him about Maybells.
René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies.
Of course he didn't. Flowers are for pansies. Stop wasting time with them.
Wait, Insulidian lilies?
That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests, and all that other stuff he loved so much.
Why didn't he like them?
There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communards. They called them the Bells of Revolution. I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole Insulinde. The Royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore.
I want to go over a few more things about René, if that's okay.
Yes? What about René?
I don't know. Do you know what happens to his medals?
I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something.
Strange how old cunt sounds almost gentle when he says it now.
Sincere condolences.
It is. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
Bye for now.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive?
Hurts like hell, man.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
Still looking around, loose threads to tie
Good
up.
luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right?
Yeah. I met the lady driver on my investigation. She's called Ruby.
Okay.
Is it wise to share information about the case like this, sire? The lieutenant throws you a quick glance. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's it. Can't share anymore.
That's probably for the best. You keep your job to yourself. With a job like yours, you have to.
That's all for now. Bye.
Inside, we see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Precinct 57, we've been attacked, I repeat, with an Kim category and...
Something is wrong. Only static hisses through the speaker.
Hello?
No reply. Only the mindless drone of static crawling through the air.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversations and jamming outward communications to protect themselves from Crenel. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, if we don't want us cut off the grid completely.
Isn't that dangerous?
No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men, I hope. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking out the mercs made things calmer. For now. You can try calling again. Just don't mention the tribunal. And remember, they are listening in.
They're shutting you up, silencing you. Don't fucking drop your guard. Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. If anything, everything sounds too okay. In the cabin, you see as...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to the 41st again.
Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
Jules, I've heard that some people think of me as a La Puta Madre's peon. Do you think I'm corrupted?
10-4, sir. Well, there's been some talk, sir.
Some talk? What does it even mean there's been some talk? Do they think I'm corrupt or not?
I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But there's always some talk in the station. You know how officers in Jamrock are. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over.
10-10.
Roger that. 10-10.
Close.
Yes?
Nothing. Alright. Anything else I can look, talk to, go to, talk to him?
Wow!
Wow, what?
A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is? Cool! That's cool!
Leave for now. I need bullets. Can I get bullets from here? Just, I really feel like I need.
You see rows of toy soldiers. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
700. I forgot that was how much he wanted for the street lamp. You have anything to say to me?
Officer, the flashlight, please.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. Also, yeah, let's put the gun away.
I see you were wounded in a recent altercation. A speedy recovery to you, officer. Now, what can I do for you?
Nothing. Alright. What to do, where to go. My goodness, so much. Actually, there's only really one thing we can do, huh? Talk to her about her boat, but we're gonna talk with some other people first.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I got shot!
Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
I guess you're right. The men with the guns were coming for me after all.
I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind, officer.
Then we'll be ready for them.
Goodbye. I'm off.
Man, you're like bleeding now. Reality's really messed you up.
He's seeing you.
The legend! He's back. And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
Nah. I want to check the church, I guess, one more time. Talk with these guys, see if there's anything new with them. You should come back here when it snows. It's a strange feeling. It passes quickly.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
The mother of human.
Good morning! Yeah! Harder car!
Hardcore.
Got shot in the leg.
Ouch. I did notice you limping, but I thought maybe it was your thing or something. When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess it wasn't real or something. I don't know. Anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry. Man, that must suck.
Reaction speed. Do I have anything for that? I do want to try. Actually, I don't think I had anything for reaction speed. Well, that'll put a minus to it, but if I did, I might already be wearing it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that's taking it away, though. I have 4 points. I can put it into reaction.
Hardcore.
Put one more.
Hardcore.
Oh,
The
no.
silver bird has already flown away. I will catch it later.
Boom. Dang.
Hardcore.
Dang.
The silver bird has already.
Fine. All the reaction. I want this one. I want to know what's up with this.
Hardcore.
Oh, not hurt.
Pasaro de Hint. It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
Yeah, this one.
Excuse me?
She's attempting to remain calm, but the phrase made her flinch.
I remember now. It's a Zemalaki term for someone who won't break under questioning. An organized crime term.
What do you mean?
The silver bird.
Alright. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He was a bad man. Not a lot of good things to say about him and what he did. He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. And then he died.
What happened next?
What do you think? The competition came and took everything away. It was like in a war zone. So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name, mine too. We left it all behind.
Are you sure about that? What about this drug lab plan?
It was a stupid idea, and I'm still disappointed I came up with it.
Aren't there any local authorities who might look down on such activities?
I took that into account, of course. Coordinated the operation with the débardeurs. else they might get unhappy.
So what you're saying is Everett authorized this?
Not in person, but I'll let them know. You can't do anything without the fat ones getting wind. It wasn't too difficult to convince them, really. It's a good thing you ended that mess, though. I felt I was turning Dadwise into a corrupt business person. Unpleasant.
Come on, this is all fine. But you don't have anything on Everard now. That's not how these things work.
No, I don't think it would lead anywhere with Everard. He's just going to deny it.
Yeah. Have you seen Everard?
That's it for now. What were you again? You were, interfacing. Well, I don't have anything for interfacing. Like this, anyway. I might have equipment. Interfacing is another weird one where I don't think I have much, if anything, for it. I feel like it would be gloves. But I haven't found any. Yeah. Anything that's taking interfacing away? Not really. I'll just try it. No.
Bzz, 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 goes the track in the background, never ending. You can't grasp what's missing, but you can try to make something up anyway.
Whereof one cannot speak, one ought to remain silent.
The young man bobs his head to the music.
Let's boop. There. I'm with that failure in me. I'm gonna try to open up the thing over here because I don't think I'm going to be able to. Or at least I won't have a chance to try it.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door.
Close.
With all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
Huh, the door's shut tight. How can we get in there?
We don't get in there.
Come on, we even got into the light-bending guy's container, but you're saying we can't get in here?
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
But that's who we are. Who we are. That's who I am. Who we are.
Yeah, I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy. But this one is simply beyond repair, and we don't have the resources needed to open it. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
At least you can think about opening it. About doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful will come from this.
Good to know for a later playthrough, maybe. Alright, so that's where we're going to end it for now. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the fishing port. I visited everyone that I really wanted to now. And next time we'll go to the little, we'll be taking a boat trip. So yeehaw, we'll do that Sunday morning. We'll go ahead and stop it here before we talk to her. We'll go ahead and save. Alright. And with that, again, I will end it. So thank y'all for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will see you a little bit later because I will be playing some more of the forest with Hark and Rabbit. So if you want to, I'll be back in about 20-ish minutes or so. So yeah. Bye-bye.